Hi beautiful souls, I'm SoulStar aka Nini. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hello beautiful soul, welcome to my channel. Today I was guided to do a general love reading for the Twin Flame Collective, Divine Masculines, Divine Feminines of this weekend, or at least, you know, starting on this weekend of the 21st to the 22nd of April. But granted, if you are guided to watch this video, these messages are meant for you. Now obviously this is a general reading, as I've now been having to say each read. This is a general reading, so sometimes I'll be picking up on certain groups of Divine Feminines and Masculines and other times not. Just take what resonates. If it doesn't, leave it alone. Obviously if you want a private reading, it's in the description down below. I'm sending you so much love to start with, so I hope you guys are all having a great weekend. Some of you, I can feel already that you're not. As a person who embodies the Divine Feminine more, I've definitely been going through it myself, but this isn't about me, this is about you. And I paused when I was pulling cards from the mood card deck, because the guilt card literally flew out, heavily on top of the Divine Masculines card. So we're going to start with them first. Oh, that energy, my gosh, this is some heavy ass energy. So Divine Masculines that I'm picking up on, if you resonate, whoo doggy, you have the moon. Now you guys are fully in that reflection mode, which so many of you have been fighting for so long. And it's like, oh my gosh, the energy is so strong. These masculines have really been fighting their own reflection for so long. As I said in my last reading, I think it was, the Divine Masculines, and not just Divine Masculines, some of us feminines as well, we are mirrors. Some of us as well have also been extremely resistant to our own reflection. But for you masculines, you are really reflecting now, and boy oh boy, you do not like what you see in the mirror. You do not like what you see in the mirror. Like I said in the last reading, the Divine Masculines, a lot of them have been very insecure their whole lives and have just found ways to cover it up with their ego, with their pride, with their 3D life. But a lot of them have been so insecure, not even liking taking pictures or being on video, not liking hearing their voice, like to the point where they'll completely shut down if you take a picture and post it of them. Like if you do that, they will completely shut down. I've literally witnessed masculines, Divine Masculines, literally shutting down completely and not talking to people because they've taken pictures of them without permission and they've posted it. Now they've been in that real reflection mode because they've gone through their tower moments. They're still heavily, some of them are still in that tower moment. It's like the reminiscence of it. But they're not really liking their reflection at all. They're realizing that they've had this mask on for so long. It's like, who the hell am I? Like, do I even know who I am? Do I even know what I really want? Do I even know what I really like, or is it just been programmed into me? Why have I been treating myself this way? Why have I been treating outsiders this way? Why have I been treating all my love interests this way? The Divine Feminine, myself, I deserve better than this. My feminine deserves better than this. My life, like my inner child, deserves better than this. Why have I been this way? They're really, it's like so many of them had resisted this for so long, and it's like the Divines just swooped in with that tower moment, and the Divines just like, look, you need to let all of these walls down. You need to break down all of this ridiculousness that you've been just masking over your real soul, your real authentic self. Look in the freaking mirror. And they are. So many of them really don't like the way that they've been for so long. Like even before you stepped into 3D union in this journey with your Divine Feminines, a lot of you masculines haven't liked who you are. You've progressed in so many ways, but in so many other ways, you've resisted so much. And because of all the triggers from all these experiences that you've had with friends, with colleagues, with family, especially with the Divine Feminines, who are, hello, your biggest triggers, When we've spoke our truth, then you've shut us down and then got all cold and then ran off and then not spoken to us for weeks on end sometimes, or ran off and been like, the grass is greener over there. And you're like, you're realizing, no, it's not greener over there. It was greener right over here in your truth, which the feminines have tried to show you, but you weren't ready to see it yet. You had to go through this journey on your own. You had to. Because this journey is about self-discovery, self-worth, self-love. This journey isn't just about a 3D romance. It's about your own self-worth, your self-value, your own love. And so many of you masculines have been feeling like you're realizing you haven't really been loving yourself. You realize that you haven't been loving yourself the way that you should, the way that you deserve, the way that you need to. So you've had to have this quiet time, you've had to have this hermit mode, you've had to have this tower moment because you were still resisting so much, and now it's like, oh, I can just feel the tears building up. It's such a hard pill to swallow when you realize that there's so much about yourselves that you don't like. And a lot of you masculines have really been going through that. You've been having so many epiphanies, realizing this isn't the real you. It hasn't been the real you. It's been the version of you that was created in your mind, that manifested because of this experience that happened 25 years ago, 6 years ago, 3 years ago. The amount of messages I've been getting from spirit recently, some of these masculines, oh, I don't want to cry today. Some of these masculines, as I've said so many times, a lot of them not only obviously resented and had so many regrets on past love interests, like people who have cheated on them, made them feel insecure, just done stuff that has been completely and utterly against their boundaries, that they haven't ever been fully able to heal, but they've lied to themselves saying that they have healed it. They've lied to the feminines saying that they have healed it, but really they've projected so much onto us as we've projected onto them. I'm sure you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. But so many of the divine masculines, they, as I've said so many times before, they've resented so much of their family members. Some of them, their mums. A lot of them, I'm picking up their father figures, whether it was actually their dads or just a father figure in their life that they looked up to, and that completely disappointed them, destroyed them, completely changed their perception on what love is, what a relationship is. And they've hated these people their whole lives. They've resented them their whole lives. It's built up so many walls within them. And it's like they're only realizing now how much that has affected them. And they hate the fact that some of these masculines have literally turned out to be exactly like the person they've resented their whole lives. And they're realizing that. And trust me, that is such a hard thing to swallow. Like, if you hate one of your close friends or family members for like 20 years of your life and you resent them, and then you finally realize, like, oh my gosh, I've turned out exactly like them. I actually do have traits like them. I realized that this has blocked me my whole life. This is why I've acted like this. Like, they really don't like their reflection. They're really trying to figure out how they can be a better person, how they can make these changes. Like, they're finding it so hard to look in the mirror. They feel so much overwhelming guilt for themselves, for their heart, for their soul, for the outside world, for people that have always seen them in the highest good. And they've still treated them like absolute shit because they've had all these issues built up within them. So they've really been working on their reflection. And as I said, we have the guilt card that flew out over this. My gosh. My conscience is getting to me. Whew. What do you feel guilty about? How does this sit with your own morals and values? How could you have done things differently? And what can you actually learn from this? They're really trying to dig deep to figure out what it is they need to do. They're realizing that the person they've been telling themselves that they are hasn't been who they've actually manifested in real life. Some of these masculines, granted, nobody is perfect, but and neither are the divine feminines either, because we've projected a whole heap of shit onto multiple people, including our masculines, our own insecurities, our codependency. Oh my gosh, the list just goes on. But for these masculines, some of them have really been narcissistic with their words. They've been really controlling, manipulative, and they've just continued to let their ego and pride just dictate every situation rather than their heart. So many of them have been playing around, fooling around with multiple people, thinking the grass is greener with that bitch down the road that they used to fuck with, but really it's the divine feminine, but they had to go through this karmic cycle again because their ego and pride just wouldn't rest. There's a whole heap of guilt I feel on this card. But it's not just for the masculines, it's for the feminines as well. Because it didn't just fly out over the moon card, honey. Woo! Flew out as well. For the feminines, my gosh. Over the 8 of Cups. It flew out over the feminines as well for the 8 of Cups. See how you guys are mirroring each other here? The masculines and the feminines. See the sadness? Because the feminines have been waiting so damn long. They've been doing so much work. Typically, the feminines are more consciously aware of this journey first. Typically, don't hate me. But look how sad she is, man. It's like, I know so many of us feminines have just gotten to that point where it's like, our threshold was met 6 months ago, 2 years ago, 12 years ago. Like, honey, get it together. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Even though it's like, this journey is about self-discovery, self-worth, self-value, hold a space, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no. You've been working your arse off, feminines. You've put up with so much because we're such... Oh, I can feel the sadness, man. I'm trying not to cry right now because it's such a nice sunny day. I don't want to cry today. But it's like the masculines, they've gone through all this reflection. They're realizing exactly who they actually have been in life, to the feminines, to themselves, to the world. They don't like what they see at all. The feminines, they haven't liked what they've seen for a long time, not just within the masculines, but within themselves as well. But they've progressed, they've transformed, they've done so much freaking work. They've been holding out these cups of love for ages, just waiting for the masculines to wake up. Like, I can literally hear you feminines like, wake up now or forever hold your peace. And it's gotten to that point for some of you feminines where it's like, you know what, this isn't serving me anymore. Looking at your own reflection, I mean, look how sad the moon is, look how sad that reflection is. And it's like the sun is just creeping out. And I'm hearing so many messages because obviously I'm picking up on so many different feminines right now. Some of you are really just literally 8 of Cups in that ass. Like, literally, you're just like, no, I'm done. This is it now. Like, I've worked on myself, I've progressed, I've transformed, I've been working hard, I've been stepping into that unconditional love, forgiving, learning, trust, knowing, intuition. I know what this is meant to be. You're still not here. You're still taking your sweet time. You've been resisting still. You're only now just having that karma. I'm 8 of Cups in because me sitting here waiting on your ass ain't gonna serve me for anything. There's no more time to wait. Waiting for what? I've been holding a space for you for so long and you're not here. And it's like so many of you are just getting to that point where you're like, it doesn't serve you to just sit around and wait. Like, you need to keep living your life. And it's like you've gone through that battle of, should I, shouldn't I? Should I keep saving myself for my masculine? Should I not? Should I go out on these dates? Should I not? Should I move to location? Should I not? And it's like, honey, it's been too long. You need to keep living your life. Keep pushing, because the more you push, the more you go after all the stuff that you want, the stuff you can obtain, that's not just focused on this romantic union, the more you will actually receive. Because being in your feminine energy, the Empress energy, you are a receiver. It's time for you feminines to actually start receiving, being in that receptive mode. And your masculines right now ain't giving you that, because they're going through their own reflection. They're trying to change their ways. So it's like, you guys, yeah, you've just had enough. You're just like, okay, I've worked on this cup, tossing it away now, going off. I'm going to go traveling. I'm going to start being an entrepreneur finally. I'm going to get into my creative mode. I know that being creative and expressing myself through art, through music, through dance, that's going to help me, like, not only get myself to a higher vibration, but my passions as well. Because just constantly focusing on this romantic 3D union, it's not, one, what this twin flame true love is about. It's about myself. And two, I've been holding out all this love for you, and you still ain't here. It's not serving me. It's not serving me. So you're just 8 of Cups in it. But there's still sadness. It's still bittersweet, because you're like, universe, why have I done all this work if this hasn't happened yet? Like, I can hear so many of you asking that. It's not the right time yet. Because you guys, you feminines still have to get, like, you've gone through so much work. You know your worth, you know your value. But the more and more you focus on everything else just for you, the higher your vibration gets, the more into alignment you get with yourself, with both your masculine and feminine energies within you, with spirit, the more you will actually receive. So it's like, you have to do this, because it's showing you your worth. You have to step into that new beginning. And it's like, okay, feminines are here. The 8 of Cups in the masculines. Masculines, if you can hear us, we're stepping into our new beginning. If you want to follow and join us and we can grow and build together, that's awesome. If not, you have to keep pushing. It's gotten to that point now. You guys have to keep pushing forward. So a lot of you feminines are doing that, literally doing that. Moving, like relocating, trying out new careers, stuff that you've been controlled and manipulated over to not do. Like, you've always held yourself back. You've held yourself back for so long, staying stagnant, staying stuck in the same place, in the same location, doing the same thing, hoping that the masculine will just show up like a knight in armor or a knight of pentacles. And it's like, no, you need to keep pushing, doing stuff for yourself, because you sitting and waiting. Who wants to wait for what? Wait for what? What are you waiting for? Your life to start? Your life starts now. Your life has already started. I'm sorry I'm shouting, but like, I hear that so freaking strongly, man. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. Now I'm going to say this last question again. For the guilt, how could you have done things differently? What can you learn from this? And this is for both divine feminines and masculines, because there is guilt on both sides, as I said. Because trust me, you feminines aren't perfect. Nobody is. Both masculines and feminines have projected a whole heap of shit onto each other, triggered each other's wounds like nobody else could trigger it. Now the affirmation for this is, I can do my best to be kind and loving. I will learn from the past to create a more peaceful future for myself. Yep. 100%. Oh, heavy, 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 heavy energy. I don't want to cry. It's the 3 of Swords. Oh, masculines. Karma. You're going within, man. That reflection. It's like so many of them have spent so long distracting themselves with work, with career. And I say work and career because those aren't always the same things. There's a lot of masculines who have a career, but they have a side job that they're working on. They've been working on creating new businesses, new ideas, stuff like that. A lot of them have been distracting themselves with, I mean, there's so many addictions I just keep feeling, like smoking, drinking, watching porn, like doing so many different random things to distract themselves. Some of them have been doing the cliche thing, like going out clubbing, trying to like get attention from females, even running off to different and not just necessarily females, because once again this is about the energy, not the gender. But it's like some of them have spent so long convincing themselves that they're so much better off without you, that the divine God spirit, they're like, no, 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 honey. We've been trying to show you this thing for a while. Like, you think you're only heartbroken to this degree and you've done all this? Let me show you how heartbroken you really are. And once again, this isn't just about the feminines. This isn't just about the heartbreak between the 3G relationship. It's the heartbreak that they have with themselves, because they're realizing they've caused so much of their own heartbreak. The resentment that they've held on to for so long, all the regrets, all the times they haven't spoken their truth, all the times they've continued to have this false mask on. They've literally caused their own heartbreak, and heartbreak for multiple other people. Oh, sorry, y'all, that was my battery. They've caused so much heartbreak. 3 of Swords. I mean, it's just this, it's the self-sabotage. They've sabotaged because they haven't been in balance. I can literally feel masculines really struggling at night, when every time they get even a second alone, it's like they think about all of this hurt and they just try and distract themselves. They're like, no, 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 I'll be over this in a few weeks, I'll be over this in a few months. No, why am I thinking about this? I don't need to think about this. Let me focus on this, 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 this. I don't want to think about that. I don't want to think about that. I don't want to think about that. And then divine comes in. They're like, no, you need to address this now, because it's not serving you. Address this heartbreak. Address the level of your hurt that you're feeling. You need to address it. And I can feel how heartbroken these masculines are, but it's like they're realizing they've caused so much of this themselves, and that's one of the reasons they don't like their reflection. And now I can feel myself crying. That's one of the reasons they don't like their reflection at all. It feels like a very, very heavy weekend for these divine masculines, I'm telling you. They've hurt themselves. They've hurt their inner child by holding on to this resentment. They haven't been in balance with their own feminine and masculine energy. They've been resisting spirit so much. Their ego has been so big. It's been hard to like calm down, to actually even listen to their intuition. Wow. And look at the feminines. My gosh. Wow, you go from 8 of Cups to 8 of Pentacles. Wow. 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 So you guys, 8 of Cups, those masculines, all those things that never served you anymore, all the self-sabotage you also done, feminines, literally just all the mind chatter you have, the obsession that you have over only going after one thing, which a lot of us have gone through that stage of literally being obsessed with our truth love, our twin flame, our divine counterpart. And then you realize, oh my gosh, I've got so much more like abundance and prosperity. Like, it's been here the whole time. Like, wow. As soon as you step into that new beginning, it's like, girl, those 8 of Cups have been replaced with 8 of Pentacles. Hello, abundance. Hello, prosperity, gratitude, gratefulness, happiness. Here are your goals. Here are your successes. Here are your desires. Because there's so much more to life to desire and want. They're just one relationship. Yes, they're in our heart. Yes, we share the same soul. Yes, we want to marry them, wake up next to them, be with them all the time. But you've had to learn to not be codependent. You've had to learn to heal your own inner child wounds. You've had to learn to actually stand in your ground, in your truth, not be shut down by people. Know your worth, trust your worth, and continue trusting that worth. Keep going after what you want. Because a lot of the feminines, when they haven't been able to receive this love in a certain way or by a certain time frame from these masculines, they've suddenly gone back into that low vibration of, I'm obviously not good enough, I'm obviously not pretty enough, I'm obviously not worthy enough. Why don't you want me? Why don't you want me? Why don't you want me? And it's like, no, keep standing in your ground. 8 of Cups, that shit. 8 of Cups, all that mind chatter, all that bullshit that your ego tries to tell yourself because your heart is telling you something different. Keep going after your new beginnings, because your new beginning is right here. And if you step into that new beginning fearlessly trusting yourself, trusting your own intuition, your connection with God, Spirit, Divine. Trust me, you have this abundance right here. You really, really do. And I know it's really hard to be fearless sometimes, but fear is the opposite of love. And if you love yourself, or if you've been trying your hardest to try and love yourself through this journey, you've got so much coming your way, so much coming your way, and you'll get to that point where you're like, wow, 6 months ago, 6 years ago, 16 years ago in some cases, I was only focused on this one person. And if I'd continued doing that, where would it have got me? Nowhere. Nowhere. Keep focusing. Keep refocusing on yourself. Step into that new beginning. If they're not ready yet, then they're not ready yet. People have their own journeys. Everything is about timing. But you have to be able to keep pushing forward so you can get this abundance. And now the masculines. 4 of Cups. This just feels like a reoccurring theme, I swear. Oh my gosh, the 4 of Cups. I don't know why I'm singing it. The 4 of Cups, I swear. In so many of my personal readings for Twin Flames, this 4 of Cups keeps coming up, these masculines. Some of them are still resisting. Like, they're going through all this reflection, they're understanding the hurt and pain they've caused themselves in life in general, their inner child wounds, I mean everything. But some of them are still then quickly putting that wall up as self-protection. And it's like, I know that us feminines have also gone through this stage. There has been many times when us feminines have also completely tried to ignore spirit, like our connection with the divine. And now those masculines are getting to that stage too. It's like, it just feels like such a sad exhaustion. It feels like such an overwhelmingly sad exhaustion. And I know I've been feeling it from my personal journey as well, from my divine masculine. Just the sad exhaustion. All these epiphanies, all these realizations, all this reflection. And it's just like I've just had enough. I just can't be bothered to do this anymore. This is just too much. Can I catch a break? When am I going to catch a break? Give me a break. And Spirit's like, hello, here you go. Wake up. Look at this beautiful cup of love and knowledge. But it's like, they can't even see it. They're not even allowing themselves to see it. It's similar to that 2 of Swords where they're just literally like blinding themselves, like just ready for battle. Like, it's just complete sadness, exhaustion. Like, but they're having to go through this because they have to feel these feelings. They have to go through these motions, these energies, in order to actually get into the alignment stage, like a lot of us divine feminines have, which is why so many of us have gotten to that stage of 8 of Cups in. Spirit is really nudging them. Archangel Michael is really, really, really nudging them. I feel like Mary Magdalene, the first divine feminine, Jesus, the first masculine, like, why has God forsaken me? Why have I had to go through all this crap? It just feels like complete utter exhaustion. Like, why? I just don't want to do it anymore. I just don't want to do it anymore. I'm just going to continue getting on with life, focusing on my money, focusing on a career, focusing on family, like pretending that this doesn't exist. My heart doesn't hurt, even though it does. I'm just going to keep looking at the ground, looking at everything else except this connection. Accept all this knowledge, this love that's right in front of me. It's being handed to me, but I'm just not ready to see it. Like, they're just not ready to see it yet. He's got his arms crossed. He's literally not ready to see it yet. This guy is not ready to see it yet. And it's cool because masculines have their own journey, feminines have their own journey. And of course, feminines, you got justice. Woo! Oh, feminines, how long have we been wanting this justice? Oh my God. Comment down below, how long have you been wanting justice? Has it been 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, 20 years? How long have you been wanting this justice? Karma, karma, karma. My gosh. Feminines, you 8 of Cups, you're coming to this abundance, this prosperity. You're getting into alignment more and more each day, each hour, each minute. You are balanced out. Girl, look at the scales. You are balanced out. You got your sword ready for battle, but you don't have to use it because you know what? It's justice. You're getting karma. The karma has been completed with you. You know your masculines are now getting their karma for everything that they've done. My gosh, the justice. It's like I just feel such like a... It almost feels like some of you... It always feels like some of you are like, I knew this was coming. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. And it's like, okay, calm it down a little notch. Like, don't let your ego and your pride now start dictating you. But just being that comfortable knowing karma is served. Like, it is served. You have the justice. You have gone through so much. And the divine God has been watching non-stop, overseen this whole ordeal. And because you've still kept on going, still kept pushing forward, you haven't given up on yourself, you've kept checking yourself, you've kept moving forward as much as you can, healing yourself, you've stepped into your new beginnings, you have that justice now. Because you know that everything is for your highest good. The way that things have played out is exactly how they've had to play out. And now you've stepped into that new beginning and you have justice. You do. And it's beautiful. Now, I'm sending you guys so much love. I feel so much conflicting energy. My gosh. Divine masculines, you're really going through it now. So I am sending you so much unconditional love. Divine feminines, keep stepping into your power. I am sending you so much unconditional love. For both sides of the coin, for both parties, please don't allow your ego and your pride to dictate your life. Please keep going within. Please always keep checking yourself and understanding when your ego or your pride can get out of control and how you need to work with it. Remember, the truth is always from your heart. Always. The heart always tells the truth. Now, this does feel like quite a heavy weekend in general anyway, but granted, this isn't just the weekend. Energies don't change that quickly. This is definitely over the next few weeks for some of you in the Twin Flame True Love Collective. And as I said, this is a general reading, so whenever you were guided to watch this video, there will be messages in it for you, whether it's to trigger you, to help you, or actually aligns with where you're at right now. Every time I see the Three of Swords, I keep thinking, heartbreak, hotel, oh man. The Three of Swords is such a horrific energy. I just, I am so glad I am out of that energy right now. And I say that, but then I was feeling my divine masculine going through this energy last night, and I was crying my eyes out because I could feel their pain like my own. Yeah. So I'm sending you all so much love and beautiful, positive energy. Remember to like and subscribe, comment down below. Comment down below, share your stories. I love you so, 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 so much. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. We've hit over 1,000 subscribers. Oh my gosh. I can't believe so many beautiful souls have actually subscribed to me. Like, I'm so giddy. And, oh my gosh, I'm just like, wow, wow, wow. I appreciate you so, 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 so much. Wow, I love you so, so, so much. I just remembered that and I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you, Spirit. Okay, I love you all so much. I hope you have such a beautiful weekend. I know some of these energies are horrific, please just keep going within, keep focusing on yourself, keep healing as much as you can. Understand that feelings and energy are just temporary, and these feelings always come up for us to learn more, whether it's you going through the Three of Swords, the heartbreak, not liking your reflection, walking away from certain things that don't serve you. All of this is for your highest good, for your learning lessons. Just remember that it's better to go through these hard times now so that you can continue to progress and transform and evolve, so that when anything comes your way that doesn't resonate with you, that isn't on a high vibration, that is painful or hurtful, you'll be able to respond to it in a much healthier, more balanced way, rather than react to it by running away or something else like that. I love you all so much. Bye, beautiful souls. Bye. Thank you for the 1,000 subscribers. Love you.